Hello. Welcome to our channel. We hope you will have a wonderful learning experience here with us. You can download and listen to these podcasts at night, while taking a walk, lunchtime, or at any of your convenience. This is the first of Logic and Critical Thinking course introduction. It is prepared according to the Ethiopian Ministry of Education curriculum, but is also very useful for any logic and critical thinking course. I am very happy you have chosen this channel in your study and politely ask that you subscribe, like and share the channel for more amazing tutorials. Let's begin the first introductory part by defining what logic and philosophy mean. Logic is often treated simultaneously as a field of study and as an instrument. As a field of study, it is a branch of philosophy that deals with the study of arguments and the principles and methods of right reasoning. As an instrument, it is something which we can use to formulate our own rational arguments and critically evaluate the soundness of others' arguments. Before logic itself has become a field of study, philosophers have been using it as a basic tool to investigate issues that won their philosophical attention, such as reality, knowledge, value, etc. Philosophy is the study of general and fundamental problems concerning matters such as existence, knowledge, truth, beauty, law, justice, validity, mind, and language. It is a rational and critical enterprise that tries to answer fundamental questions through an intensive application of reason and application that draws on analysis, comparison, and evaluation. It involves reason, rational criticism, examination, and analysis. In this chapter, we will learn the fundamental nature, concepts, features, and areas of philosophy. Furthermore, we will discuss why it is so important to learn philosophy. Lesson 1. Because of its universal nature, it is difficult to define philosophy in terms of a specific subject matter. However, we can define it etymologically as love of wisdom. Etymologically, the word philosophy comes from two Greek words, philo and sophia, which mean love and wisdom, respectively. Thus, the literal definition of philosophy is love of wisdom. The ancient Greek thinker Pythagoras was the first to use the word philosopher to call a person who clearly shows a marked curiosity in the things he experiences. Thus, as a pursuit of wisdom, philosophy refers to the development of critical habits, the continuous search for truth, and the questioning of the apparent. Philosophy is the knowledge of all things through their ultimate causes, acquired through the use of reason. It seeks the ultimate explanations that can be arrived at by applying reason to facts supplied by experience. It is important to note first that giving a clear-cut definition of philosophy is difficult. It may be easy to define other disciplines, such as chemistry, physics, geography, etc. in terms of a subject matter, for they have their own specific subject matters to primarily deal with. However, it is difficult to do the same with philosophy, because philosophy has no specific subject matter to primarily deal with. Philosophy deals primarily with issues. What contents philosophy has are not the specific subject matters, but issues, which are universal in nature. However, this should not lead us into thinking that philosophy is incomprehensible. It is only to say that whenever you want to understand philosophy, it is better to read different thoughts of philosophers, consciously see its salient features by yourself, participate in it, and do it. Philosophy is not as elusive as it is often thought to be, nor is it remote from our various problems. It is unanimously agreed that the best way to learn and understand philosophy is to philosophize, i.e., to be confronted with philosophical questions, to use philosophical language, to become acquainted with differing philosophical positions and maneuvers, to read the philosophers themselves, and to grapple with the issues for oneself. Socrates once stated that wonder is the feeling of a philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder. It is true that most of us may not have a clear knowledge about the history, nature, language, and issues of philosophy. But, we all think and reflect in our own way about issues that matter us most. We all have touched and moved by the feelings of wonder from which all philosophy derives. Thus, we all participate, more or less, in philosophical issues, even though thinking alone cannot make us philosophers. Anyone who raises questions, such as does God exist? What is reality? What is the ultimate source of being? What is knowledge? What does it mean to know? How do we come to know? What is value? And the like, is really showing a curiosity that can be described as a vital concern for becoming wise about the phenomena of the world and the human experiences. Therefore, seeking wisdom is among the various essences of philosophy that it has got from its etymological definition. Nevertheless, this is not sufficient by itself to understand philosophy, for not all wisdoms are philosophy. The wisdom that philosophers seek is not the wisdom of the expertise or technical skills of professionals. Someone may be encyclopedic, and thus seemingly intelligent, but he may actually be foolish when it comes to understanding the meaning and significance of what he knows. According to Socrates, wisdom consists of a critical habit and eternal vigilance about all things and a reverence for truth, whatever its form, and wherever its place. Based on the Socratic understanding of wisdom, philosophy, as a pursuit of wisdom, is, thus, the development of critical habits, the continuous search for truth, and the questioning of the apparent. What do you think does it mean to question the apparent? Does it mean to deny the fact or the practical reality? To interrogate the obvious means to deal creatively with the phenomenal world, to go beyond the common understanding, and to speculate about things that other people accept with no doubt. But, questioning/criticism is not the final end of philosophy, though raising the right question is often taken not only as the beginning and direction of philosophy but also as its essence. Raising the right question is an art that includes the ability to foresee what is not readily obvious and to imagine different possibilities and alternatives of approaching the apparent. When we ultimately wonder about the existing world, and thus raise different questions about its order, each question moves us from the phenomenal facts to a profound speculation. The philosophical enterprise, as Vincent Berry stated, is an active imaginative process of formulating proper questions and resolving them by rigorous, persistent analysis. Therefore, philosophy is a rational and critical enterprise that tries to formulate and answer fundamental questions through an intensive application of reason and application that draws on analysis, comparison, and evaluation. It involves reason, rational criticism, examination, and analysis. Accordingly, we can say that philosophy has a constructive side, for it attempts to formulate rationally defensible answers to certain fundamental questions concerning the nature of reality, the nature of value, and the nature of knowledge and truth. At the same time, its critical side is manifested when it deals with giving a rational critic, analysis, clarification, and evaluation of answers given to basic metaphysical, epistemological, and axiological questions. The other thing, which is worthy of noting, is that philosophy is an activity. It is not something that can be easily mastered or learned in schools. A philosopher is a great philosopher, not because he mastered philosophy, but because he did it. It is not his theory, but his extraordinary ability to critically think, to conceptualize, to analyze, to compare, to evaluate, and to understand, i.e., to philosophize that makes him so. Of course, the product of philosophizing is philosophy as a product. However, what makes someone a great philosopher is not the produced philosophy, but his/her outstanding ability to philosophize.